Issam Abousleiman, wonderful to have you with us again here at Economy Middle East. Now, non-communicable diseases, which one of the GCC states addresses this very challenging issue?
Well, good to see you again, Alp, and great to be also with you. We talked about the non-communicable diseases. It's actually the major killer today in the GCC, the sixth country of the GCC. This has not only a cost for the health treatment, but has also a big cost on the economic front. And the GCC has done already a lot of work in that. Some of them have already drawn some strategy, but it's a whole of the economy. So these are the good news about them is they are preventable diseases. And because they are preventable diseases, the sooner basically you attack them when they are at a young age, people are at a young age, and create the right habits in terms of eating, in terms of sports, then you reduce basically the effect of that. The cost, as we have mentioned, based on 2019 data for the GCC is almost more than 5% of the GDP. And that's a big cost in terms of how this is affecting their economies.
And no doubt there is room for improvement. What are some key steps GCC nations can take, and how do they overcome the financial burden?
Look, couple of things, so that we talked about. So there are two main things that are there. One is physical activity and diet. Those two have a major impact on non-communicable diseases. What they have done until now, okay, so on the front of the diet, they have put excise taxes in most of these countries, especially Saudi Arabia and here in the UAE, in terms of like sugar product or salty product or the products related to tobacco. And those have major implication on the future cost. Now, the cost itself, where is it done? The cost of treating the diseases is mainly today borne by government. There is some insurance and private insurance that takes part of it, but the majority of it is still borne in the GCC by government. I think by privatizing more that insurance, there'll be less burden on the finances of the government. But the biggest loss is actually to the economy. So the more basically we prevent those diseases, the less the cost on the economy. And that's where almost 80% of the cost is loss of productivity in the economy.
Great. And I want to talk a little bit about the global economy. In these challenging times, what is the World Bank's advice to the GCC nations?
Look, the GCC have been on a big drive to diversify their economy. This is extremely important. They have done a lot. We have seen a lot of success already story in diversification of their own economy. Where we haven't seen a lot of success story today, and there is still room for improvement on the diversification of their export. That for their sustainability across the future is extremely important. There have been a lot already been done on that. They are trying basically to improve the industry of tourism, of the industry itself, the value chain out of basically mineral that's also another big part, pharmaceutical technology. So now they need to gear a little bit towards diversification of their export. The second part where they have done also well and they still are working on it is diversification of their revenue, which shall give them the financial sustainability across the future. So government don't rely only on revenue from oil, but there will be diversification of their revenue across different parts of taxation and the like that we have seen here. With the introduction of corporate tax, we have seen the VAT being introduced. So these are all very good instruments to reduce the variability of the revenue and have more sustainability across the future.
Issam Abousleiman, thank you very much indeed for joining us.